track and in my cup emulsify. Now you better calm down, take a breath and open up my eyes. The audio is recording. It's a smaller one behind Archie.
And this is recording.
That's recording.
Yep.
That's recording. That's recording. We're bloody recording, mate.
Recording it on all fronts.
Do a little clap so you can sync it off.
Do you want to clap? Why do you clap? You can clap.
Take one.
Or we could even just
Cheers.
Cheers.
like a full on
Would that
just.
work?
I don't know.
I don't know if I'll pick up on my mic, but let's find out.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
That's
Let's do a clap.
Let's do a clap.
Let's do a clap as well.
Clap, just one clap. Rolling.
Hello and welcome to UNI Tunes Cribs. We're here with Callan of the one and the only Mufti Day Project. I'm Fynn.
I'm Archie.
I am Callan. I'm still Callan.
Callan, tell us all about this Mufti Day Project. What is it?
Yeah, so Mufti Day is that's a tough question actually. Mufti Day is a very collaborative project. As you've seen here today, it's working with a bunch of Sydney musos, and we're going to write a shit ton of music over the next lifetime. Hopefully, if the project goes really well. So I'm trying to foster our community, our Sydney musos, to come together and be a scene as opposed to being a bunch of separate scenes. You know, that's kind of what Mufti is, and it's a collaboration of all of our different styles. That's the other big thing is our styles.
So, with the project so far, you guys have come in quite often, over the course of 2 weeks, I suppose, now.
Yeah.
How have you managed the logistics of such a time-demanding project, and coming in so often?
So it has been just about 2 weeks now. It'll be 2 weeks on Monday, I think. No, it was 2 weeks on Monday. Shit, it has been more than 2 weeks now. It has been it's been really easy. The people I've been working with, especially ATARI, has been really easy. I've just been like, hey, this time. And then we've been there. Which, I mean, is a godsend for me. But coming around, especially to today's recording, with not only this, but with all the drum stuff that we've had and the bass, that was a bit of a nightmare because it was messaging people at 1 a.m. trying to be like, hey, can you come in? So it's a lot of sleep-deprived nights and sleep-deprived days. That's been the sort of thing, you know.
So when was this idea conceptualized? When did this idea come to you?
Ooh, I've kind of had the idea for this come for a while. I had it back last year. I was like, I want to work in like an experimental sort of state with, it's actually mainly Scrooge. Actually, I was like, we should do a collab where it's just you and I writing experimental music. And I think this has come from that. But then I went early this year, early 2023, went to Jervis Bay. And I was there, and on my way there, I was talking to my mum, and I was like, you know what? I want to do a collaborative project with a bunch of Sydney musos. And then from there, it sparked. We had the Lansdowne gig, and then I was just like telling everyone, I was like, hey, you should get on. That's actually how I got Ari on board as well. I was like, hey, we're both drunk as hell. And I was like, yeah, you should come and do this. And he was like, yeah, fuck yeah. It was incredible. Which was, absolutely amazing. And now it's here and it's happening. So, yeah.
So, explain the thought behind the name Mufti Day.
Oh, okay. It's a really quick thought, actually. So, you're in primary school, you're in high school, you get a Mufti Day. You get to wear whatever clothes you want. You get to express your personality. And I wanted that element of life, expressing yourself and who you are in music in a collaborative space. So having people from all different genres and all different walks of life and just creation, methods, getting us all together to write music. Yeah, so that's how Mufti came, and then Mufti Day, because it was meant to be 2 weeks, but that kind of spiraled out a little bit when we realized what writing a song actually took, and then we get to the project, and that's just what it is. It's a project.
So when was that turning point when you realized, hold up, we can't do this in just 2 weeks? We're gonna have to copy it and extend the deadline.
That came into place it was the second week of the project. It was just before I was gonna have a couple gigs, and we found out. Well, I had just found, because I've never released music before. I found out that it takes 2 weeks to upload a song on like the big platforms, and I was like, ah, shit. You know, and then as soon as that happened, and we actually wanted to invest a lot of time into this song, we were just like, you know what? Let's just give it the time it needs, and then that's been how we've moved from having, 2 weeks to having as long as we need and actually giving it effort. Yeah.
So, what does the project's success look like to you? What does the success of Mufti Day Project look like to you?
Look, I mean, I want to build the Sydney music scene. I want to be at the forefront of it. I want to be right. Did you smile a little bit? Yeah. I want to be right in the precipice, right in the middle of it. So, if Mufti works out how I'm hoping it does, it will be a sort of one of the building steps to creating our community, instead of as I've been saying, instead of having it all separate, having us all together and writing our music as a whole. Yeah.
So for the collaborative process, you got a huge list of artists. How long is that roster?
Of like actual artists that I want to be the main collaborator, that list is probably at this stage at least 25 people.
Jeez.
Which is it's not as many as I thought it would be, but it's a lot of people.
And how many of those are confirmed?
I'd say maybe 12 or 13.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
It's a good solid lineup. I mean, if we're doing one song a month, that's a year.
That's an album.
That's a year. That's an album. Yeah.
So, what have been some of the unexpected challenges that you've experienced in the project so far?
Ooh. I mean, mostly it's just been technical stuff. I will say, like, I had, a couple pieces of gear fail, which scared me because I was like, shit, I can't use them now. I mean, the time constraint, having to change that was definitely something that freaked me. Those have been the main things. It's been technical. I mean, of course, we almost lost the project today and it almost crashed. Those have been the most unexpected things. It's been fine otherwise. Like, it's been pretty smooth, which is I don't want to jinx it. I'm like, touching word that it doesn't all go to hell, but it is what it is. It is actually going really smoothly.
After working with your first few artists, what are some things you've learnt that are going to inform the way the rest of the project is carried out?
Ooh, I mean, the time stuff, obviously. Not to keep going back to it, but the time stuff is definitely. Oh, here comes a dog. She's gonna come into frame, I think. Kira. Hey, this is okay, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We love the Uni
Our
Tunes
first Uni Tunes dog.
Oh!
Uni Tunes dog. What do you have to say?
Sorry, I've just completely. What was the question? I completely blanked.
So how have the lessons that you've learned informed the way you're going to carry out the rest of the project?
Yes. So
aside from the timing.
So there's the time, which is obviously just like one of the kinks we had to learn. She's back with a glove. This is.
I think it's an omen that, the single glove Michael Jackson,
Oh.
you're going to become the next, king of rock.
Yeah, I mean, musically, I'd like to be him, but behind
yeah.
the scenes, I probably wouldn't like to. I actually shouldn't get my hands. She bit me earlier. I shouldn't get my hands close to her mouth when she has something. All right, sit down. Derailing this. I mean, look, some of the other stuff Kira, I'm trying to do an interview. Some of the other stuff I've learned is definitely how to manage a team. That is something that I'm gonna take away, because not only do we have the artists and the recording artists, I've also got people helping on to do film, because we're also doing a music video, doing a little cheeky music video, alongside the music. So of course I need a team. I need someone who can produce, and she's just gonna lie down there. Someone who can produce. I've got a couple people on to do some of the filmmaking. And some publishing stuff and promotion is the other stuff. So managing a team is a skill that I'm learning, and that has been kind of terrifying because shit.
Yeah, there are a lot of moving parts. I mean, I kind of, when you originally told me about it, I imagined just Ari and you in the studio, but then just seeing the group chat, there's so many people and resources.
There's 8 or 9 of
it.
us now on there. And I mean, there's a lot of like recording artists. We've got River, we've got Chuck and Seb, but we've also got our video producers, our filmographers, you guys on as well for for this, but also just because you guys are great. We fucking love you.
Thank you. So, do you plan to do a music video for every track?
Yeah. So the plan is to have a music video for every track. When it was 2 weeks, it was sort of going to be, if we get the song done really quickly, we can have a really cool video. If not, it'll be like us running through Newtown with our phones, just filming each other. But since we've extended it, it's looking more like we're actually going to sink our teeth into every aspect of it. Still in a relatively short time. Of course, we're not spending a whole year writing an album.
Yeah.
We're spending 3, 4, maybe 5 weeks writing a song and then doing a music video and having it all out. Yeah.
So what do you think the music video for this this current project will look like?
It's a little confidential, but I'll tell you, it's going to be a little bit grainy, a little bit gritty, a little bit 1920s with some gangster stuff going on, and I think that's all I can say about it. No, it's gonna be. I mean, it's a low budget production because we don't have a huge budget, but I think it's gonna go nicely. Aesthetically, we've got we've got a Pinterest board going with all our little stuff. Sorry, little sponsorship for Pinterest there. I'm not sponsored, so use it if you want. But we've got a board. We've got a couple other music videos we've taken inspiration from. So yeah, I think it's gonna be really, really interesting to see how that goes because I've never been in a music video shoot, so it's gonna be a whole thing.
I don't deal with steez when it's killing all my bees and it's poison in my seeds like a nun on her knees. He made a bastard of me, but now I open up my eyes. If the shoe don't fit, I'll fly.
Welcome back, Atari Y, to the show. It's a pleasure to have you back, but this time in celebration of your involvement in the Mufti Day Project. Tell us, what appealed to you about this Mufti Day Project?
Dude, I just really wanted to collaborate with someone, to be honest. I haven't really had the chance to do it fully. So it was, I don't know, I was excited and flattered to be asked to do it. I've been trying to make a lot of, artist friends or, this and that, get in the scene. So it's been really good. Good time.
How have you found the production, the differences between a solo production and collaboration?
Yeah. You know what's tight? I've actually learned a lot of shit doing this, I come back after these sessions and work on my own stuff and I'm like, oh, this guy approaches this like this person does this. So it's been a good learning experience. A lot of sitting back and seeing how others approach music. It's been good because I've been stuck in my own little fucking bubble for ages. So it's been tight.
So I imagine that it's a slightly different structure to what you're used to. You're coming in almost every day for this 2, 3, 4 week period and you're making a song. How's that structure differed or kind of changed the creative process from having generally no deadlines?
It's been cool. I feel like one thing it does that's tight is that it's more flowy. You just sort of what about this? That sounds good. Moving on. What about this? That sounds good. It's very, no second guessing and shit like that. So it's a more organic process, I feel. Because I feel when I'm by myself, I hyper focus too much. I'm I need to get the perfect sound. And, a lot of the best songs are made in not much time, But, hey buddy. But with this, it's we're all in it together. We got different perspectives and this and that. And I don't know, I think it's solid. there's much more range going on with the sounds for sure. Like, I don't know. I like the different amount of colors, you know, like Mufti Day. Yeah.
So, can we expect any references to your previous works in this new track?
Well, I guess I'm saying Young Phoenix in the opening line, which is kind of like a nickname I've given myself for some fucking reason. But that's about it. I don't know. This is cool. It's like its own thing, but it's cool to like bring my own, like, I don't know, style to it or whatever, and like, you know, meld that in with everybody else who's working on it. It's been tight.
How is this track different to a song you'd normally create on your own?
Different to a song I'd normally create on my own. Well, I feel like the chords are much prettier because I don't really know much about chords and stuff like that. Like, I've got a lot to learn, especially when it comes to piano. But we got like Screwish on the song, and he's just crazy, dude. Like, he just like plays something and it just sounds fucking so big and like pretty as fuck. I don't know. So the song's definitely prettier, but it's still got that edge to it, and it's more fun. I'd say like that's probably it.
So you said you've learned a bit about production and music making through this process, but what have you learned about yourself as an artist through doing this?
I've learned that I think I've learned more about like the like value of collaboration. Because when I was younger, I was always like, you know, oh, I want to do it all myself, like everything, like mix it, blah 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 by myself, and that's cool, I guess. But like, I don't know. There's something about like learning off other people and doing like being with people that are trying to do the same thing you're doing, and you know, I'd say it's put like a battery in my back for sure. Because I was going through a little bit of a dip, like, to be honest. But this is like spawned so much like creativity and like inspiration and shit. And I don't know. At the end of the day, it's just cool meeting like nice people that you can get along with and shit. It's been really tight.
Have you surprised yourself?
Yeah, I guess so. Like with lyrics, I usually take a while to get that shit out. But with this song, it was pretty easy. And I think it was like the atmosphere and the vibe and just knowing like it made me work harder, I think. Knowing that I'm going to be, you know, working with other people kind of thing. So it's good. It's been like a good like push for sure. Yeah.
So how have the last couple of weeks and, you know, the lessons that you've learnt from them, how do you think they will influence the music that you make in the future?
I definitely want to collaborate more, even on my shit. Like, you know, like let's say I'm having trouble with like a section, I'll, you know, call Callan up or something for like saxophone or something. Yeah, you know, just like not be shy to reach out to people and like get them involved. Because I feel like I keep everything very to myself, and this has been a good way of opening up, like socially and creatively, which has been really fucking awesome. Yeah.
So I have to ask, how have the last couple weeks, 2 weeks and a half really, gone differently to how you expected going into this first iteration of the project?
It's been just absolutely terrible. Like, oh my god, ATARI no, I love him. It's been so much fun. This week I'm starting off. I'm sorry, I should have let.
No,
I
it's fine.
Good.
It's
I wasn't actually gonna let you. So no.
Do we need to talk about this?
Yeah, how?
I just feel like, I don't know, you're just kind of talking over me. I don't really like appreciate that, but
yeah. Hang on, I got this.
It's fine.
So
It's fine.
this project so far has been a lot of fun. Especially working with Ari. It's been a different workflow for me because I've just come out of a big orchestra thing, so like writing actual music feels weird. You know, to an extent, it feels a little bit weird. What about yourself? How have you found this?
No, this shit's been tight, dude. We got like all these different people coming in all the time. It's just been a good like. Honestly, I've just been having fun hanging out. Like,
Yeah.
to be honest, like this shit's just been a good time.
It's been a revolving door of people. Like we've been here pretty much the whole time, and then it's just been like we've had Scrootian, we've had Jussie B, and we've had that's Justina, just in case. We've had River, we've had our boy Chuck Six. Who else have we had in?
I don't know. I think that's it, right? But there'll be more.
That's it. Yeah, there will
to come,
be
for sure.
more because, well, Mufti Day is going to keep going. As we've been saying, Mufti Day never dies.
We're just lucky that we like are surrounded by so many cool people, you know?
Yeah.
Like nice, like just like there's no egos and shit. It's just like let's make something and like, you know, do it together.
Yeah.
It's
been
exactly
so much
what
fun.
like you want as well. for
Yeah.
Mufti Days.
It has been so collaborative, which has been the point of this project. We get everyone from everywhere on it all the time. Everywhere on it all the time. Yeah.
So, do you think that the extent of the Mufti Day project goes so far that you won't even have a featured Atari Y on it? It'll just be Mufti Day project?
Oh, for right now, no. But in future, it might become a point where it's just this revolving door of musicians all working together to create the sound that is Mufti. But I think at the beginning it is going to be Mufti Day. Sort of how Silk Sonic has theirs. They've got Silk Sonic, Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak. It's going to be like that. Mufti Day, Atari Y, Original Sax Man.
And with all the other people that have come through your revolving door, as you say, will all of them be sort of credited?
Oh,
as
they're
well?
Yeah,
absolutely credited, tagged everywhere. They are, I'm not about, just trying to use people for their skills. No, this is all because it's sense of collaboration. We've got everybody coming in, being tagged on all the posts, being actually like they're not just here to do a job; they're here to join the family, to an extent. Right?
Yeah,
is that how you
definitely.
feel?
Yeah, no, that's it. Because that's the whole point of this shit is just like for everyone to be involved together and stuff, you know? We're all working together to make this shit
Yeah.
like something tight. So everyone's tagged everywhere. But at the end of the day, it is Mufti Day.
It is Mufti Day.
Mufti Day, but we're all in it.
So, are you proud of what you've created so far?
No. Oh God, no. No, what we've made is a monster. No, I'm so proud of where this song has come. It has blown my mind as to what I thought it was going to be. Like my expectations was just going to be like 4 chords on a guitar and some just shoddy rapping going over the top. But it's become a project that we want to sink our teeth into.
It's funny where it started too, because it just started with this little synth bleeps.
Yeah,
Remember that? It's not even in the song anymore.
It started with this what was it? It was like
Yeah, it was like some glitchy kind of.
Yeah, it started with that, and that was going to be full on hip hop. That was going to be the vibe, but it is changed into
Yeah,
R&B.
dude. Now it's R&B,
R&B.
big band type shit.
big band hip. That's all I was saying to River when he was doing drums. I was like, yo, make it big band.
It's almost I want to say musical theatery,
It has a little bit of that musical theater element, 100%.
It what you've just described and what we heard today, that feels so different. So it's cool to see such an evolution.
Yeah.
Has happened from working together with different people.
Yeah, it's definitely been that collaboration, that having different people in the studio with all their different experiences and their own flair. Because most of the musos that we've been working with are in themselves, musicians that have their own music and have their own sound out, and that have done collaborations with other people. It's not like we're all just have never done anything. We're trying to build the one sound. We're getting all our sounds together to create a muftiness of sound.
So, how would you describe in 2 words the sound of this track? You get 2 each. Go.
2 words, huh?
That's 3. 2 words, huh?
Oh, that's
1.
4.
That's 4.
That's 5.
You guys have all... Wait, where's the both of them?
Shit, dude. I'd say... You know what? I'd say loud, and then the second word would be pretty, to be honest. I don't know. It's really loud and in your face, but it's got some beautiful shit going on.
Ooh. I do agree. If I was going to describe the sound of this song, it's... Think, Godfather. the movie Godfather, and brass. Godfather brass. That's how I would say it is. I'm less describing the elements of it. I'm describing the vibe of it. The big picture. The big picture.
So, if you guys have to decide on one word between the two of you, what will you say?
Ass.
Yeah, ass. Yeah, agree. 100%.
Wonderful. So, I mean, people know, people think they know what Atari Y sounds like. People think they know what Original Sax Man sounds like, or Astral Juice, the other bands are
they know what our bands are.
Scrooge even. How do you think those audiences are going to react to this song?
I think they'll be surprised, dude. Because, like, it's just its own thing. Like, doesn't sound like my shit. Doesn't sound like Squish's stuff. Like, nothing. It's just, like, its own fucking...
Yeah. I would have to agree.
I'm excited for them to hear it.
Throughout this whole project, every morning I get up and I come down here into the studio and I go on Spotify and I just play Atari's music. Because I'm like, I got to get into that head. I got to bring in that music. And I mean, as we've been writing it, a lot of the people on the project have actually been like, at least at one stage or another, a part of Astral Juice. So I feel like there's a big influence of our like accumulated sound in that. Actually, everyone that's been on the track, aside from you, is either currently in Astral Juice or is kind of like on retainer as a sub in. So I definitely feel like Astral Juice and Scrooge lovers will like this song. Will 100% like this song.
I do have to ask, Callan, what is your favourite Atari Y track?
I gotta say, it's Do Ya, just because it gets stuck in my head every time. It's between exactly. It gets stuck in my head. The other one, I feel like an ass because I've forgotten the name. Do you remember the one that we were listening to that had the
strings,
the strings?
Oh, Tiptoe also has like sort of inspired some of the sounds in this song. So I feel like I'm a little bit also impartial to that one.
Those are both really good tracks.
Yeah, and the same album, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, how do you guys think the audiences will react to this track?
They're gonna love it.
I honestly think they will, dude, because there's like stuff there for everybody. You know, there's like shit there for hip hop guys, R&B, like even rock guys in a way with like the drumming in it. It's like heavy 100%, drumming.
Yeah, there is some rock,
some funk shit with like the bass, like
some stanky little bass.
I think if you got an open mind and if you like gorillas, actually, you would fuck with it.
Yeah.
So you guys are hoping to see some stank faces.
Yeah, definitely, dude.
Well, we've seen some stank faces in the studio today. Actually, we've had a couple oohs and oohs.
Guilty as charged.
Yes.
So, if you think about the song, what part of it just makes you think, "Oh, I'm so proud of that. Like, I love that."
I feel like the hook. Yeah. To be honest,
the hook. When we wrote the hook, we scrapped a lot of stuff. We had that sound that we were saying, the dum 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 dum. We had that all the way up until when we wrote the hook. We had Scrooge in here. We had 3 pianos here. We had his keys and these two, and it was an amazing, like just visually it was amazing. And we were recording it all. When he laid down his synths and his pianos and the bass parts that he's written in, we looked back at your verse, which had that, and we were like, we need to change that because it doesn't match. It doesn't match the song. Like, yeah, which was it's kind of sad because I really liked that little snippet.
It was a cool little sound.
I'm gonna use it somewhere else. It'll show up somewhere else in another Mufti song, and people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, that's what he was talking about."
Yeah. Also, to give credit to this motherfucker, like the saxophone in like just wait to hear the saxophone in the hook.
The saxophone has a thing, but
it has a lot, man. That like. Is it like the main feature?
It's the hook melody.
Yeah,
it is the hook melody. But that being said, this motherfucker, his lyrics, the lyrics that you're gonna hear in the song, are fucking insane. They are absolutely insane.
They're really cool.
they're really cool, and you may have a couple laughs, a little
hope
bit
you do.
comedic.
It is, isn't it?
It is.
But I feel like that's a staple of your tunes, isn't it?
Yeah, just a bit, like, you know, just a little like cheekiness in it and shit.
Yeah.
It is. It is shaping up to be an incredible song, and I'm so proud of where this song is coming to.
Yeah.
And has gotten to.
So what have you learnt from each other as respective musicians over this process?
I feel like I've learned like how to, you know what, actually when we're doing the percussion, like thinking outside the box a bit more with like sounds and textures. I feel like I've learned a lot about textures through like from you.
That's something that we spent like 2 days just recording.
That's right.
Random keys. I mean, of course, these guys can't see. But you guys can see like fucking contraptions over there. We'll get some photos and you can post them up. Be like, this is what he was talking about. But we got like all these different like things, and we just spent like a couple days with like changing up mics and recording different parts and bits that had just like built this percussive textural thing. It's just incredible.
Because this guy, like, he like snaps, right? Like he's working. He's like, wait, what if we got some fucking keys?
Yeah.
Like, this and that.
Yeah. Straight. I bought a keychain in Jervis Bay. It has travelled a distance to be in this song. And then it is us just almost Crypt Keeper-esque.
Yeah,
us just walking around this microphone with some keys. There's a whole other thing. One of the things that I think I've learnt is how to rap. Because
Nice.
this is the first time I'm rapping and actually trying to rap, and I have a long way to go. But this guy is incredible when it comes to just even teaching that sort of stuff. He's got great flow, and he's also just showing me that it doesn't really matter, like if you are like full on just there, or if you're just like you're embodying it and you're around it. You know, that doesn't make any sense. It's like that's a high thought. I'm not high, but that's a high thought. You know, the viewers that are like on shrooms or something, they'll be like, yeah.
It makes sense.
Everyone else is like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
He's onto something.
He's onto something. I'm onto something.
Loud cook.
Let me cook. We're in my kitchen. Let me cook.
So you guys, one last question for you. Describe each other in one word. Like, you get one word each.
Handsome.
Okay, I'm not going to say what I was going to say because that's really nice. Incredible. Fucking incredible. I would say fucking incredible, but it's only one word, so incredible.
This motherfucker, immaculate.
Ooh. This man is I don't know how do you what's better than immaculate?
Mac and cheese.
Better than
This man is mac and cheese, all hyphenated, so it's one word.
Yeah, I'm a little cheesy.
He's got the mac and cheese hair.
That's right.
He's got the cheesy curls. Got the cheesy curls.
All right. Well, thank you so much, you guys, for coming on and having a chat with us about your project.
Thank you for coming out to my little small little crib with all my little toys, and having us on here because it's been so much fun. I've been admiring your podcast for ages, and I've been I want to be on there.
Thanks so much for having us. Thank you so much. It's been a genuine pleasure. Just seeing you guys work has been so cool. So thank you for letting us into this little world that you're creating.
No, thank you so much for coming over and having this little chitty chat. And having a little drink. Thank you guys.
Of course, always. You don't have to convince me.
Yeah. You don't have to convince me. Hey, all right, good to know. I will be inviting you over more often, mate.
Brilliant.
That's all, folks.
Fuck yeah, that was tight.